Happy to be joined by Michaela Vernava from NESN.com, and I want to get into a couple things with you. Most notably, I think this Patriots team didn't necessarily have an identity until we got to the playoffs. And yet something clicked. In your mind, what was it that clicked with this team that kind of gave it something to play for, an identity that they were looking to accomplish here?
I definitely agree with you, Tom. I feel like they've really embraced the underdog role. In a way, it reminds me of the 2014 season, which of course we all know what happened then. Everyone counted them out. Everyone was saying the dynasty was over. They of course go on to win the Super Bowl. Except this year, they just seem to be a lot more vocal about, we had Tom Brady saying to Tracy Wolfson after that Chargers game, everyone thinks we suck. Doug Kyed did a piece, you can find it on NESN.com. He talked to a lot of guys in the locker room, and they all sort of went through the motivation that they have right now. And a lot of guys, for their own reasons, are playing with chips on their shoulders. Adrian Waddle was the only guy that actually vocalized that last year's Super Bowl loss is something that motivates him. But Doug and I were talking about it yesterday. We think that that definitely is something that, even though a lot of guys aren't necessarily going to admit it, is in the back of their minds. They're here on this stage again, but it's really not enough if they don't go home with a Lombardi.
Yeah, I can't imagine that anybody who was on that field last year and lost to the Eagles wants to experience anything like that. Not to mention, no team has lost 2 Super Bowls in a row since the Bills. You don't want that to be any part of your legacy. So you've been in the locker room all year. You've gotten to know these guys on a personal level. What sort of characteristics stand out to you that sets this specific team apart from other teams that you've covered?
I would say that they are unflappable, and that is what really strikes me and really impresses me. Leading up to coming here in Atlanta, there just was a sense of calm. The guys were really jovial in the locker room. A lot of times we had Devin McCourty shouting across the locker room to Jason McCourty, saying he was eating up too much time with the media, which of course Jason's just happy to be on this stage for the first time in the playoffs. But it was that lightheartedness that they're of course serious and they're preparing, but they're not uptight, they're not rigid, and I definitely think that it helps that they've been in the playoffs before, so it's not like this is their first rodeo, but that just, they seem very, very confident right now, and I think that they have certainly found their identity for this season.
So we're just a few feet away from what's going on behind us here, Radio Row, NESN.com. What do you got cooking this week?
We have our booth here on Radio Row. We have a bunch of guests coming through. We've been, of course, going out to the Hyatt for Patriots media availability, covering the team. Doug Kyed and Zach Cox have a lot of articles on NESN.com. I'm here with my co-host Rachel. We'll be doing interviews from here. Yeah, a lot of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't even keep up with all of it, but it's a very busy week and a lot of fun.
Your head spins during Super Bowl week, but it is a lot of fun. That's Michaela Vernava from NESN.com. Thanks very much.